So does that mean that uh, sometimes what we do occupies so much of our physical and mental space that we forget to live? I'm dramatizing it a bit here.
Yeah,
But if living is not living in that moment of whatever ridiculous thing you're doing, maybe you're just enjoying an ice cream.
yeah,
Sometimes, half the time, even the ice cream is okay. I like this kind of ice cream, or I don't like this kind of ice cream, and this ice cream is made like this because we are writers. I think we are quite dedicated into getting into the science and emotion of everything. So we miss out on the just the joy of having ice cream. Come on, it's a stupid ice cream. Just enjoy the
yeah,
moment. So
yeah.
do you think we forget to live because of our over intellectualization of concepts?
Yeah, I think over intellectualization, I mean, that is, of course, the case. And, uh, if you are in a job or something, it is actually, being too intellectual about it. But, being a writer is very toxic. Okay. Writing is a demon. Okay. It's a monster which will consume you. Okay,
Right.
if I'm writing a song, I'm supposed to write eight bloody lines, eight lines. Okay, and sometimes I think about them for the whole day. Okay, and even if I'm having my ice cream, that monster is on my head. Okay, not letting me eat that ice cream and constantly pushing me to think about that word or that line or that thought that I want to put in that song. Okay, because it is constantly on back of my mind. Okay, if I'm writing a screenplay and I'm stuck somewhere, that monster has consumed me, and it will not let me consume that ice cream. Okay, it will make me think कि अगर मेरा कैरेक्टर उस टाइम पे आइसक्रीम खा रहा होगा तो कैसा लगेगा. ठीक है. Okay, and maybe ice cream is a metaphor for something, and how can I solve that puzzle that I'm stuck in? So it is a different demon altogether. Writing is a very toxic process. Okay, it takes a part of your soul. Okay, तो वो ऐसे ले लेता है, आपकी रूह का एक हिस्सा वो ले लेता है और फिर उधर अडिंगा जमा के बैठ जाता है. Okay, and then it will not let you do anything. Okay. Because if you are in a corporate job, ultimately you realize it's my job. It's for money. Okay. It's for money, and maybe if you are an entrepreneur, it is your passion project, and still eventually at the end of the day, it is for some material gain. But writing is not for a material gain. Matlab, after relative success in the industry, you have enough money to survive for the rest of your life. Okay, and the thing is that now you are not writing for money. Okay, you are writing because you are so passionate about it. Okay, and even if you start writing for money, and once the process begins, and once you are sucked into it, then you forget money. Okay, then you lose the objectivity that, अरे I was writing for money. मैं तो पैसे के लिए लिख रहा था, इतना पैसे के लिए इतना मेहनत कौन करता. Okay, you forget the whole thing. The whole objectivity is gone. Okay, the only thing that remains is how can I make this thing better? Okay, how can I give it my best shot and create something that will last for 200 years? Okay, that will last in memory of people. If someone listens to it today, even when he is 75 or 80, he'll remember this thing. ऐसा एक गाना सुना. ठीक है, so something that will remain
Last.
forever as something that will last, not as the greatest of things, but as someone's life. Okay, a part of someone's life, like some songs that we have heard. Okay, when we fell in love in our youth, or when we did something in our childhood, all the events of our lives are connected with some stories, some films, some songs. Okay, so I want my creations to be those things for people who are consuming it. Okay, so ultimately it comes to that, and that's why you are putting in all you have, and that's why you are always consumed by that monster, and that's why you forget living your life. Okay,
Okay.
so
I have a question here. Sorry to
that's
interrupt
uh,
you because
uh,
I completely appreciate where you're coming from on two fronts. So one, I worked with you. Second is within advertising also sometimes, although we do the shorter form a lot more, the deadlines are sometimes as crazy.
Yeah.
And so, is there? How do you deal with it? How do you?
Mm.
Because you know that this monster, you have actually given it no. You haven't used a good phrase for any of this. You called it a monster,
Yeah.
a devil, and it consumes you, and all kinds of
Toxic.
yeah, things that one would hate. So
Yeah.
when you understand this is it, although one little point I would want to bring up is there is a sense of service in you want to be part of people's lives in a nicer way, so that
Yeah.
they either feel happy for a couple of moments or they feel a pleasant sense of being or something that eases their pain if that's what the song or the screenplay
Yeah.
is
Yeah.
about in that scene. So
Yeah.
that is a good part of it. But within the person who's creating, which is you yourself are not happy during that moment because till you have that thing that makes you happy. Okay, this is I have cracked it. So is there anything that you do to ease this process? Do you have a discipline or do you have a
Look, I have
thing
tried
to
everything.
overturn your
Okay.
mind?
Yeah, I have tried interrupting this thing with music, with food, with meditation, with outdoor activities, with walking, with randomly calling someone and talking to someone. Okay, so all the things in the book I've tried. Reading about something else, watching a TV show. So you can try as much as you can, but ultimately you will not succeed. Okay, that's what my experience is. कि कितना भी आप कर लो, okay, वो छोड़ेगा नहीं because I mean it's a paradox, right? It's the conflict of duality because you can't fight with yourself. जो है वो आपके अंदर है, उससे बच के आप कहाँ जाए?
Okay.
ठीक है, मैं हाँ मतलब मैं अगर ऐसा सोच लूँ कि मैं इतना पैशनेट हूँ, मेरे माइंड में ही मैं इतना पैशनेट हूँ और मैं ही मतलब on one way you are thinking that you are a medium, right? Because eventually a spark of creativity is what? It's magic. Okay, it comes from some unknown space, which is you can call it God or something else. Okay, it's a spiritual process. So you just dissolve yourself. Okay, let that thing control you, and the thought comes from there, and you are the medium. Okay, and you do your thing. मतलब ऊपर से raw material आया, तुमने थोड़ा craft किया, and then you put it out there. Okay, and then it does magic in someone's life. Okay, so it came from somewhere, and you gave it out to the universe, and you were the medium. That's what you like to believe. Okay, so that is where you are. Okay, you are what you are like in a
Chosen.
space. Huh? Yeah, huh? You are frozen. You are gone in that moment, and that is what you are thinking. So no matter what you try, you will not succeed. That's what my experience is. मतलब momentarily you can succeed कि चलो आधा घंटा तुमने distract कर दिया अपने आप को, you got out of it. मतलब थोड़ा ये हो गया. Some time passed by. Again it will come. Okay, so there is no running away from it. मतलब, I have tried each and everything in the book, or I mean, out of books, some weird things also I tried, but in a longer run, it will never work. Or you just like shut shop on it कि यार ये नहीं करना है तो बंद ही कर दो नहीं करूँगा. Okay, but that will also not work in the longer run because it will come back to you. जब तुम सो गए हो तब उसका थॉट आएगा कि अरे अच्छा ये कर सकते हैं इसमें. Okay, so then again you note it somewhere, or I am a tech geek, so I have all kinds of app of taking notes, physical notes, audio notes, this that you take notes, or you go somewhere write it down. So but it doesn't let you do.
Tell me something. Is there a
Uh,
since you did also mention the idea comes from somewhere, you understand that you are a recipient of a spark of sorts, and
yeah.
you have worked very hard to build upon that spark, and whatever you understand the logistics internally. If
Yeah,
this happens, then this happens. This works for me, and if I make the notes in this manner, they work for me. If I write them in a manner which is only for the moment, then later I can't read my own notes and understand how it is working. Those kind of I'm sure you've gone through that journey.
yeah,
I'm saying if the sense of selflessness as a term is evident to you, or if it is part of your belief system, why is it not enjoyable during that moment? This is one question. I have another one which is more practical, but
yeah.
do you want to answer this?
Because as a human being, what evolution has taught us, okay, is that okay, say in today's day and age, uh, if you look at a person who is a writer, okay, and if you look at uh, say Disha Patni, okay, or Shah Rukh Khan, or Tiger Shroff, okay, who is easier to admire? People always admire things which will directly affect their basic instincts. Okay, biology. Disha Patni is glamorous looking. Tiger Shroff has perfect body. Shah Rukh Khan looks charming. They are very easy to appreciate. Okay, because they will touch the basic instinct of human beings. Okay, which is body. Okay, which is using your body. To appreciate a writer, you need to use your brain, which is not what you are functioned to do. Through the evolution of human beings, we are not functioned to use our brains too much. Okay, we are functioned to cater to our basic instincts. Okay, so the basic instincts of is you to relax, not to okay, to take it to lay down something which is mindless. Okay, gardening, to run, to work out in a gym, or to eat, or so all those are something physical. Okay, so it will always divert you towards that, but you are forcing that the passion that you have and monster that you are consumed by is forcing you to use your brain. Okay, use your brain, use your heart, and to concentrate on that thing and come up with something that is magical. Okay, to receive something that is coming from above, or to yield out something that is inside you, inside your memories, inside what you have experienced, or some word that you have read somewhere, some incident that you have seen or read, or so it is like forcing. Okay, and that's where the conflict is. The body versus mind, wala classic conflict is happening inside you. Okay, and that's why that process is toxic for a human being, because you don't want to go there. Okay, all the writers uh, over the years have told you that the easiest thing for other people to do is writing, and the hardest thing for a writer to do is writing. Okay, from Hemingway to Javed Akhtar, everyone has said that the hardest thing for a writer to do is to write. Okay, so it is a damn hard job, and that's why you don't want to do it. Okay, that's why there is you don't want to do. What's up? Your first instinct is don't do it. That's why you procrastinate. Okay, but eventually when you get down to it, you are consumed by it and you don't get. And that is, I think, something that you also enjoy. And that's why you became a writer, and that's why those grandiose ideas of being a medium and being a magician and this and that. So that thing is also there, but you would like to think about it in that manner. But ultimately, it's not something very enjoyable.
So the basically you're
In
saying
your mind too much is not, because yeah, because say I have been in corporate setups and I have been in corporate jobs. Okay, only 10% of it is using your brain, like focusing on something and using immense creativity to create something new. Okay, 90% of it is your skills, your knowledge, and going through the motions, your knowledge about nitty gritties, your knowledge about talking with people, motivating people, working in teams, that the domain that you are working with, the knowledge of the domain, and so the 90% of it is that. Okay, but even in filmmaking, say what a director does, what a producer does. Okay, 60-70% of it is logistics, and dealing with people, dealing with material, dealing with other commercial issues, and getting the best out of people. In writing, there is nothing like that. Writing is 100% creative job. Okay, and you need to be like constantly doing it. Okay, and being a highly paid professional writer compels you to do that more. Okay, and that's why it becomes kind of tiresome for you, and that's why you don't like doing it. Okay, if you see a new writer, okay, a guy who is writing in his college, okay, it is not so toxic for him. Okay, because he doesn't have all this kind of existential issues. He's not bogged down by the whole philosophy of writing and things like that. He's just unabashedly expressing himself. Okay, he and the motivations can be various. Matlab, there might be a girl that he likes, and that's why he's writing that. If there's that play is state, then that girl might be impressed. Okay, so that might be his only motivation. Okay, college में hero बनना, that might be his only motivation, and he's expressing himself unabashedly. So he will not face this problem. So I was just saying that a young guy who is writing a college play will not face this kind of problem. You only face such problems where you know when you're repeatedly doing it for years and still you want to give your best, and you want to do something that you have never done before, and you want to create with each and every word, you want to create magic with each and every word you write, and you are too much bogged down by the philosophy of writing, and all this dissolving yourself and being a medium and this and that. If you are too much bogged down by that, those existential questions and theories and concepts that you have read over a period of time, then only these things will happen to you. If you are starting out